What's up, gang? I want to do a real quick technical analysis on AMC stock. Now, I know a lot has happened with this stock, and I do have a history with AMC. If you were following this channel early on, I was involved with the AMC squeeze. I posted videos on it before the squeeze happened. I was able to make a lot of profit off of AMC and GameStop because I was able to get in both of those stocks before the initial squeeze happened. Now, I'm not trying to boast or anything like that because that's when I experienced most of my growth on this channel. So it was a great time for me. But at one point, I did have to turn bearish on AMC, and I lost a lot of followings. I got a lot of hate. How could you turn bearish on AMC? Everyone thought I was working for Citadel. I got a bunch of negative comments, and my channel just really suffered because people didn't want to hear what I had to say with AMC stock, and that's fine. I don't make videos for personal gain. I make videos to try to educate, and whether you like it or not, I'm going to spit what I do believe to be true. Now, sometimes I'm wrong. I'm not always right. But with AMC, I was definitely right. And to buy at these levels here was a huge mistake. And I was telling people to avoid it. The whole story of synthetic shorts was a hoax and it was all fake. There were real shorts. They got squeezed out. And after that, all of this price action here and here until we got back to levels that were realistic was just not the right time to get into AMC if you know anything about stocks. But a lot has happened since then, and right now is an attractive level to get into AMC for any potential play to the upside. And you can get in real cheap and make money off of this trade if it works out. If it doesn't work out, the risk to reward is going to be so high, you don't have to put much money in to make a lot of money, so it's worth it in my personal opinion. But there's no guarantee that the stock is going to go up, but there's stuff to look at to identify potential risk to reward. And why I believe AMC is an attractive option right now currently. Now, the first thing is a story, and they just did a huge equity offering. So they're done selling stock for the moment, and they were able to raise cash, so they're not going to go bankrupt anytime soon. And that story should fizzle out, and now we can get back to positive price action on AMC, in my personal opinion. So right now we're on WEBULL, and if you want to sign up with this brokerage, there's an affiliate link in the video description. 12 free stocks, with each stock being valued up to $3,000. Deposit $100. This channel, I will be rewarded with one free stock. I do appreciate it, but quick disclaimer there. Now, the first thing that we're going to do here is we're on this daily chart, and I kind of just want to draw some levels here for you to get an understanding of where the stock could potentially bounce to. So the first thing that I want to draw is this area of consolidation where there was a lot of price history. Now, the prior highs of this area of consolidation is going to be very hard to break because if you have bag holders, they are going to be tempted to sell AMC in this range right here. So this would be a huge buy-side liquidity range on AMC. And I'm going to draw it to the upper end, that point there. So this is one potential target. Now, the stock is currently trading at $8.36. The upper end of this range is $55. The lower end of this range is $35. So you basically have a $20 range, which is well above the current price. If we zoom out, you can see that this range actually extends all the way to the bottom here. And we start moving back and back and back to the original squeeze, which happened right here. We had consolidation, and then we had a huge squeeze up to $333. And we keep on scrolling back and back and back. You can see that the low for this range right here is $10.57 here, $10.35 right here. So $10 is the prior support. So that's another range where we can draw a horizontal line at $10.35. That is where the stock bounced here, where the stock bounced here, and where the stock bounced here. So that's a key level to look at. $10. Easy number to get to. Very easy psychological number that will be a resistance. So now let's kind of zoom in a lot to the 15-minute chart because a lot has happened. So currently trading at $8.36, $10.35, or let's just say $10 is the next target. Now that is still a very nice move to the upside. If we try to measure that move, you can see it's around a 20% move to the upside. 20% move to the upside, you can make a lot of money trading this. If we zoom out and we measure up to that prior consolidation range, which we just identified, and this isn't to excite you or anything like that. I don't want you to get too excited here. The lower end of that range is 300%. So just an idea of what could potentially happen, but there's a lot of stuff we still need to draw on this chart. More levels to be considered. Now we have a bunch of gaps. Now gaps tend to be filled, and let's just draw these gaps here so we can measure to them and see where our potential risk to rewards are. So we have one gap that occurred right here. That gap. This gap is a potential target. We have another gap that was created right here. This gap is also another potential target. And then we have another gap that was created right here. This is another potential target for the stock. So these three gaps are also above $10. So this would give me optimism that these gaps, at least some of them, are going to be filled. The filling of this gap is going to be over 20% returns. So it's going to be a profitable trade if it does happen. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but considering that we are below the prior support, which was at $10 way back when, all the way back here, which was 2021 and 2020, we broke below that with some vengeance and gaps were created in the 15-minute chart, then yes, I do think we can head back to these gaps, and those are nice potential returns. Now, if we look at the 15-minute chart, there is some optimism here that the stock has bottomed out because, as you can see here, if we were to draw a trend line, we are moving with higher lows and we are also moving with higher highs, and price action has been positive since 9/11, so 5 days now of positive price action, and we did break above this prior level right here, and we're currently holding above that. So that's another indication that yes, we could be setting or continue to set higher highs. Now, if we go to the daily chart again and we look at all this and we throw in a moving average, you can see that the 200-day moving average is currently in this consolidation range. Now, it could end up that the stock ends up somewhere over here in the $20 range. Still, huge potential upside in this stock. Now, so let's just look at let's go back to the 15-minute chart. Let's zoom out and let's pick, I'm not going to go over every single one of them, but let's say we wanted to get into a trade to get back into this range right here. So not the first range, not the higher range, but close to the middle. So let's not super optimistic, but not pessimistic either. Let's just say $18 a share, which is in the middle of this range. Now, something else that I want to draw is what's known as a Fibonacci retracement. And I am going to draw this on the daily chart. And I am going to go from the high before this massive move down to the low. So peak to trough. And I'm going to draw this Fibonacci retracement like so. And then what we're going to look for is what's known as our 62%, which is our golden zone on this trade. So let me come over here. Let me go to the settings. And I want to get rid of this. I want to keep $0.162. Now our 62 is $25 a share, which is above all of our targets. Another indication that the stock, if this is peak to trough, could potentially move up much higher. So just a few things to consider, and it depends on how aggressive you want to get with your trade. Now, the one other thing that I want to do is I want to measure the time that it took for this move to happen. And this move happened in 22 days. So very quick move. So that gives you an idea of how long this trade can take. Let's say we double that and go to 44 days or higher or longer for our potential trade. So now if we go to the options chain, and 44 days would put us right around this October 23rd. Let's say that we want to be a little bit more conservative and want to give ourselves more time. Let's look at the November and December expiration dates. So let's start with the November. Now we had a price target being somewhat conservative of $18 a share. What we can do is we can get into a debit spread right now for $3. 28 minus 25 is $3. So a $3 contract can make you $100. That's the potential reward on this. So let's actually look at this. So we'll go from single option to vertical, and we'll look at this and we'll say, all right, we're gonna buy this for a limit price of $3. And let's say we're gonna do 10 contracts. Here we are. This is our max potential and our max loss. So 10 contracts at $3 is $30 max loss, but our max profit right here is $970 on this potential trade. And that's if AMC is at $18 or higher, we're going to have max profits on this trade. So huge potential return on this trade. $970 divided by $30 is a potential return of 32x your money if the stock was to get back to that level. That's just massive returns. And that's for November 17th, 2023. If we look at the December contracts, and we can do the same thing, let's just go back to single and do the 17 to 18. You're going to see you're going to pay a little bit more for that options contract. You're going to pay $8. That's going to be slightly higher than 10 to 1 risk to reward on that trade. So that's the potential right now with AMC stock. These are the trades that I like to get into. The trades that you don't have to put much money in, but if you're right and you happen to get lucky on this trade, you can make a ton of money. As you can see, 32x your potential returns. $30 into almost $1,000 in just a couple months' time. Now, if you want to be notified if I enter into another trade in AMC stock, I am currently long in the stock right now. I will post it on the private Discord server under the We Are Investing Trades channel, where I post all of my trades. I'm very transparent. Whenever I enter or close a position, I will post on that dedicated Discord server. A link to join is in the bio. Outside of that, let me know what you think is going to happen with AMC stock. Subscribe to this channel for more content, and I'll catch you on the next one. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing, and I'm out. See ya.